Dump it. Hey, traders. Good to see y'all on this Thursday the 13th. New year. Bitcoin sold off this morning, only after rallying and testing 44,476. You've hit a low of 42,338.
Wanted to give a special shout out to Rajan, hoping he has a wonderful birthday today. Again. Blow kisses. Also, please tell him to stop dumping Bitcoin. Thank you.
Who? It's the first I'm hearing of this. What? Thanks for the GRT in the jar. Wow, it's been a minute. The GRT Foundation. Oh my god, dude. It's gonna be one of those days, man. Which is good. It's good. Tell him to stop dumping Bitcoin. Well, he can't not dump Bitcoin when he's all in on Monero, right? That actually respects the TA all the way today. And we'll look at Monero again. We'll do a follow-up of his birthday analysis request that was, I mean, it played out pristinely. It's perfect. I don't know. Privacy coins this time. All right, so what's Bitcoin doing? It sold off. It's down $1,222. Repeating, of course, almost 3%. Was down at 3% at one point. But look left. I don't know. I mean, it's like it may not be anything. It's just me noting it and identifying it and telling you about it, right? That low, that December 4th crash wick low at the lowest point. We were live during that. It's trying to back test that. Not much of any kind of price action off of it. You had a better bounce earlier, but it's selling off some with 48 minutes till daily close. Yep, 4-hour close. Yeah, so I mean, I hate to be like the bearer of bad news, but you had a high here, pretty much. You had positive momentum. You had a level of relative strength, and now you're making a substantially lower high with higher levels of relative strength. Higher levels positive memo. So I mean, like there's that argument for the hidden bearish divergence, which is beginning to play out, it seems, right? And you are about to shift to negative on the 4-hour. You haven't seen negative momentum on the 4-hour since January 8th. And you're still well above the major inflection zone that goes back all the way to January 8th of 2021. A year ago, over a year ago now, so you're not even testing that yet. That was one scenario we said was a possibility, right? Coming back down to test that level. Didn't even really think about this wick low though, and it's trying to test it for now. So you don't hold that, then yeah, I mean, real easily, 42K. And then if you don't test that and hold that, if you test that and fail, then you're going to 40,677 again. And then this whole potential little breakout is failed. The downtrend continues. And then you just collapse to, like a dying star to 31K. No one wants that, really. I mean, I don't know. Market participants will let that happen, but we will see as they all sold off today. Most cryptos sold off today with tech stocks that also got hammered pretty hard. The Qs, we will look at that too, as of course people in the Citadel chat posting Wagyu pieces of meat, I don't know, and then in general chat everyone's talking about GRT, of course, like always, go figure. Alright, yeah, Hex is up today, man. Alright, so that's Bitcoin on the 4-hour. I'm just showing you kind of what it's doing. Daily, really disappointing. Really disappointing, Kendall, man. I'm just getting rid of these arrows. They've served their purpose. They were there. That's it. So you are in the midst, unfortunately. In 46 minutes, it will be confirmed. It's almost like a tweezer top bearish engulfing candle combination. That's awful. That's like kind of exactly what you don't want to happen ever. If you've just painted a couple days ago bullish engulfing candle off inflection point, you don't want to reject anything right now. But again, from yesterday to today, has anything changed? Nah, you held that support and rallied. You are above that supply line after testing it. The one thing that has changed kind of since we last spoke was on the new day yesterday around 43.8, 44K. We were already beginning to see positive momentum, but the unfavorable price action for bulls today has thwarted that occurrence. So maybe tomorrow, chat, we'll get positive momentum again, as we were already getting it. Nope. Already, on the daily, back inside that bearish control zone like a scrub, right? You had breached it just for a moment, and now testing 40 as resistance. You don't really ever want to fall back below 40. That's just, no, you don't want to do that. So, hey, man, there were questions, and now there are more questions, right? Just pray we hold above 40 to 42K. Otherwise, yeah, we're screwed. And this whole idea of a potential reversal fails. Whatever, man. All right. Anyway, so that's Bitcoin. Crap. Ethereum, just as crap. But really, still fine, man. Yes, undeniable on the 4-hour. Yes, as you got bullish divergence, it immediately turns into hidden bearish divergence. The higher high with the substantially lower levels on price from before, right? So impending price action, continuation downward. That's just what the doctor ordered on Ethereum. Not really Bitcoin, because you think you're trying to achieve that type 2 return, but Ethereum needs a type 2 return. So if it continues, say the TA is really, really well respected, it's already beginning to play out. I'm just hoping it underperforms and sucks, but like if it really, really plays out, I think you could be going for something like this, and that would be an actionable long trade setup, undeniably. That would be it, because at that point, what could happen on the oscillators if it sells off? Then all of a sudden you lose more strength, relative strength, and then what happens? At that critical inflection point on the type 2 return, the potential confirmation low, what happens? Triple bullish divergence, and that's the actionable long, okay? We covet this, we look for this. If it's not there, nah, we can only talk about the levels and the what ifs and all that, but this is what we want to see if we really, really want the most ideal setup for that little formula, right? The Heisenberg formula. You want this, okay? And you might get it. We'll see what happens. If this happens, that means Bitcoin's at 40K. Again, unfortunately, 41K. Yikes. You got to Tom Brady it, right? You got to Tom Brady these oscillators. You got to, right? I mean, you have to envision what would be good for us as swing traders. What would be, when we went long, it would look like this. Okay? Another way, I mean, like you're looking at third low, that big impulse candle. That's it. That's the ticket right there. Third low. Okay? And then that was a trade setup that went on to all-time highs. Dang, dude. I haven't seen a C note in a while. Thank you, Todd, man. Type in the chat for Todd P, the near Moonboy.
Greetings, Mitch. Please add audio/USDT on FTX to the list. Type 2 reaction from the bullish Gartley, at a major support level that is currently resistant. Nice historical price correlation at this bullish divergence on both oscillators. Cheers, bro.
So it's not just the amount, but it's also the substance of that contribution. Did you hear that, chat? That is like, you see what's going on. Todd is investing in himself. He's learning concepts, terminologies, the jargon of what, new people come in here and say, it sounds like you're talking in Greek, another language. It is another language, but the more time you put into something, the better you get at it. And it's clear that Todd has been doing the right things, and he just articulated an argument via TTS and wants the blessing, I guess. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I'm no authority here. I just like charts, and you like charts too. So we'll look at it, dude. Thank you, man, for sure, and appreciate that very thoughtful. Just the generous contribution, my man. Audio, yeah. That at one time has done amazing things in the past. It's respected the TA before. I remember audio. Anyway, so that's your Ethereum. Let's go to the daily real quick. We didn't look at that. I'm going to just get rid of those lines. The hypotheticals. Sorry, I got to adjust visibility here. Remember, there was certainly no edge on the daily on Ethereum. There was And then it got wrecked. It got invalidated with this new leg down to go hit that PCZ. But still, you could see it on the daily. It'd be visible if this all happened. I hope it doesn't, but again, it doesn't matter about what I hope. I just want it to go to a billion now. But talking about actionable longs and playing the market versus getting played by the market. Still below that 200-day simple moving average, but you get it, right? One more time would be legendary. Testing 3K, 2,900. All right.
I like turtles.
We like totals, but we don't like hidden bearish divergence on totals. On both oscillators, like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, they're both showing it, so total's going to show it too. Again, same situation where if it sells off one more time and we get down to this low, or even we actually go test the inflection points in the zone from last year, you'll still end up getting really nice bullish divergence on the 4-hour. So yeah, there you go, man. Oops, sorry. At the same time, remember, that divergence is still very much intact on the daily, just like Bitcoin. So you got that hopium, you just don't know what the 4-hour is going to do. Daily is slower, right? So the signals on the 4-hour normally, the buying signal for the swing trade or position trade normally comes in the 4-hour, and when you have the daily and perhaps the weekly saying the same thing as the 4-hour, that's how you know that 4-hour reversal will have a lot more kick behind it, a lot more follow through, because the daily's saying it's going to reverse too. So anyway, okay, so let's go to what's the next largest cryptocurrency on the planet that at least, on coin market caps, not. I get it. Some people talk about Hex and stuff, Hex is doing great today.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
So this is your BNB. It'd be the same thing, right? Where if you got one more sell-off to maybe even go test the demand line of this potential falling wedge, that's what would confirm its validity, right? When you fall below a support of any sort, market participants really do like. It rallied in golden candle, very nice. So you sell off one more time, and then it's like its own form of a spring back test, right? It's not a horizontal line support, even though you could do that at 430. There's just that down sloping one where if it sold off like this and you tested that demand line, it confirmed the validity. So that's like the wedge is real. It's actually real. That could usher in the much more significant reversal to the upside. You just don't have it yet, right? Unfortunately, and that's okay. It takes time for these things to develop. At least we, rallied here. There isn't any sort of hidden bearish divergence on BNB's day. Oh, maybe the 4-hour there is. I bet there is, right? Yes, there is. Like the undeniable. Okay, so the whole big market cap coins are all on the 4-hour, implying that there will be a continuation downward next. Unfortunately, this is what happens, Larry. But that's something that you need. If it's going to usher in the reversal or the continuation downward, so be it. Let it sell off one more time and let us get a more significant and discernible low that matches the previous initial low, right? Type 1, type 2. It's not really a type 2. It's not a harmonic here. But again, you're always looking for a form of confirmation before moon versus, oh, we didn't really know. It kind of maybe, it's not really a confirmation low, right? So you're looking for something like this, and we could be kings if we sell off one more time and it tests successfully. Sometimes though, all this hidden divergence plays out depending on how really bearish the market is, where they could usher in a far more significant drawdown. That's in really bearish conditions, bearish trends, and that's what you're going to be looking for. We're all going to be paying attention to how well this hidden bearish divergence on the 4-hour performs. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, and probably SOL also showing the same thing. Yeah, same thing, right? High on price, and then a lower high on price with higher levels of relative strength, higher levels of positive momentum, implying a move down. And you could get a local, right, double bottom here, and it would be amazing, man. It could be insane, because think about what happens if it sells off more. I'm just showing you, right? Sells off more, dude, it gets wrecked and gets kind of oversold again. But then all of a sudden, what happens from one low to the next one? You get it, right? You get it. It would be diverging, or it would show classic Class B bullish divergence at the same inflection point from history, and that would imply a reversal, a significant reversal. So again, we're getting there, chat. We're just not quite all the way there, it seems, right? Is everyone paying attention? You know what I'm saying? Is this message getting across clearly to y'all? Oh. Effing stream is ruined. I knew it, man. I forgot. There we go. Sorry.
Hex rippin' nips. Have fun, BTC brothers. Hex is the new #1 on the block.
Fighting words. Anyone got something to say about that? Thank you, Kush Balance, for the 20. We'll look at Hex today. Yeah, thank you, man. Crystal clear. Sweet. When you're able to visualize this stuff, you're able to play the market versus getting played by the market on just buying because it's rallying. But you know it's a well-established midterm downtrend. So it's like we got to get a little bit stronger argument. Okay, so that's SOL. Same situation here. We're all looking for type 2 returns, or just, sorry, confirmation lows locally, like significant discernible ones that we can see, right? All right, so those are your big four. You got total, and you now have the S&P 500, which, today didn't have a very good one. It wasn't as bad as tech, but it still did thrust and fail to breach and hold and sustain prices above that November 5th previous all-time high. You failed. That's okay though, and I know it's very disappointing to see the hidden bullish divergence when you're supposed to be going positive. It started building negative momentum again, and that happens. It can occur. Remember about the histogram. When an asset is when it's losing that negative momentum, two things normally happen, right? It can shift to positive and you catch follow through and it actually ushers in a new wave or impulse, or right, it can start building again and you start selling off more, right? I mean, there have been plenty of times we could probably just look at any asset, any histogram where you had you were losing negative momentum and then it just started building again. Like right here, for instance, you're just like, oh man, it's about to go neutral positive again, chat, let's go, and then the negative momentum starts building on lower prices. So it's just really think about the equilibrium, neutral, zero, and when the histogram gets back to that neutral zero spot after a bunch of negative or positive momentum, it can just kind of like re-engage a new wave or impulse. It doesn't always have to switch over to positive. It can also start building negative again or start building positive again, right? So, and that's why, normally you're looking for strong divergence, and this was pretty good, and just, nope, not today, Junior, not today. That's okay. Think about it pivoting tomorrow or, the next day and doing something like that. It confirms a bottom again and just rolls, just runs to the upside because number go up, money printer go burr, and, yeah, a lot of excess liquidity out there still. I think we had new patrons too. They joined in the last 24-hour period. I'll look at that in a second. Dow Jones, same thing. Down substantially less, right? I mean, it's like down only 0.49%. Defensive stocks did fine today. I mean, they didn't do as bad as tech. Okay. Yeah, tech stocks just wrecked, man. And like it looks like biotech too. Tesla got hit hard. Etsy, Nvidia, Microsoft, right? Losers today. Okay, so eventually, I mean, no problem. There's no issues here. It could sell off to 35,424. It could come and back test for real 35.1, and it'd still be fine. There would be no problem. This wave structure would still be valid, even if it goes down to 35K. It would. As long as it makes a higher low than the previous low before it, it's valid structure. Okay, so just kind of down today. Here's where it starts getting a little Yeah, gross, right? Like really, really gross here. I hate the fact that it tested the 200-day, or I'm sorry, the 200 moving average and failed, rejected it violently, down 2.5%, $381.
Whoa. Pump the brakes with the Hex talk. Not looking to get rug pulled with a fake Rolex on my wrist.
What happened? Imagine buying a fake Rolex. Ever. I mean, I guess if you're like 12, you can do it, but if you're an adult, don't do it, man. It's weird. Really weird. So yeah, this is where it's not as good at all. S&P, Dow Jones, fine. Just not a good day. And then the NASDAQ composite's kind of like, oh man, you're like getting back to these levels that you need to stay above. You don't want to make a high and then a lower low than previous low, then a lower high, and then a lower low, and then a lower high, and it's like, you know what could come next, right? We could get a lower low, and we'd be going into a much more significant correction. You don't hold 14,765. You are going straight down to 14,200, $14,200, easy, like without a doubt. That's where you're headed to. And then that's when like something like this could happen. I mean, really, it could very well could happen. I don't think you're almost. You might as well do it because it's almost there. You know, 886 here, something like 14,395. But either way, right? Harmonics, its context are weird, you know. So good luck, man. Tech is just taking a beating, and it could continue. You're starting to show some weakness. And you got your Russell 2000, also weak. Right, hidden divergence, get wrecked. Right, your last 4-hour candle was a bearish engulfing candle, excuse me, and it's still valid of an idea of a potential momentum shifting structure. But again, let's get some bids. Let's like catch some bids and start separating from that pivot point that you'd think would usher in a rally to test that confirmation line or neckline of the potential inverse head and shoulders at 2278. Really tough, man. Anyway, let's go to golds. Let's shift across the markets again. And gold is showing that hidden bearish divergence kind of.
Thanks for being here. Can you take a gander at AMTX?
Sub anonymous, thanks for 20. Sure, dude. We'll look at it if you want. Okay, so yeah, with gold, I mean, it's not, you know, the level 1789, that's the tested 3 different times, is rallied again, and for the 3rd time unable to really even test 1830, which is not a joke. July, multiple times last year, and then September, right? You got to test that, and then you got to break it for real, but just sideways, just kind of range bound right now. And hopefully what will happen is when it sells off, it just ends up pivoting, making a higher low than that 1789 January 6th level, December 29th level, December 21st level. You just make a higher low. Otherwise, I mean, like, you could almost start saying, dang, dude, is this like a right-angled and ascending, broadening formation, man? Which is bearish inherently. Yeah, you're stalling out the base of buying, higher highs. So whenever you sell off, which this would be like partial rise, unfortunately, which is bad, bearish. If you see this demand line again, or this buy wall, if you see it one more time, there's a high probability of a breakdown. If you're going by the rules of this structure, but at the same time, if you're being really, really technical, the right-angled and descending or ascending broadening formations need 3 touches on both sides, according to Bulkowski. This has 2, so it's not even. Is it really valid? I'm just looking, trying to picture the psychology of the local consolidation, kind of, right? And yeah, I mean, it's like class. It's pretty much class C hidden bearish divergence. No, it's class B hidden bearish divergence. Sorry. It is making a higher level positive momentum with about the same price. So that's implying a continuation downward. Let's see how far it goes. Hopefully we just make a higher low and then we run again. Okay. Silver back above that inflection point, trying to test it again. Same situation kind of going on here. It's like class B, where you make the same high and then much higher levels on the oscillators, implying continuation downward. Hopefully this can hold.
The market. Ha! Take that, Hex. Even Cream outperforming you.
Yeah, Hexkins, you hear that? Get wrecked, dude. Yeah, it's like up 100% in 3 days or something ridiculous. Yeah, that's cool, dude. Okay, so it's all about the levels now. You've done the right things, right? You made the reaction low, potential confirmation low, and now that confirmation low has rallied you above a major level. If you can stay above that long enough, I think you go to $25 and maybe even beyond. This could usher in a far more significant reversal just based on where all this is developing. The absolute bottom of the trading range that's between $21.65 and $29.80, $30. All right, so patience on this one. It's wonderful, and it's set up for higher prices eventually. So yeah, love that 200 moving average. Nice. Let's look at US oil. US oil. Hey, isn't that interesting, right, chat? I mean, it's nothing. But it's beginning to react maybe at the 886. I mean, that is definitely, it didn't keep going, right? It didn't just say disrespect. It respected it at least today, right? US oil. And let's see if we catch some more of an impulse down, right? Because you're still reacting. But again, what we're thinking is this is such a bullish trend that this bearish pattern, it will, play out some just for a very light, mild, shallow retrace before pivoting above $75, $78, that major zone 2018, and then running again to $87, and that's multi-year highs. So cool stuff for now. Energy stocks might pull back some while this occurs, but the trend is your friend. It's very bullish. So you can't think that this will really usher in something too bad. Okay. So we just went across the markets in a lot of ways, right, didn't we? And so now I guess we can get to, we only had like 2 requests today, right? First request being audio from Todd. Thank you, man, again for that 100. Oh my goodness. Wow, goodness gracious, dude. Yeah, audio hadn't been here in a minute. My God, remember that was when it respected the TA, dude. I didn't remember what it was, but now I'm at the chart and I'm like, Jesus. Wow. Right? And I think it was on, hey, this was painted and then this partnership with someone. Like, someone had a partnership with audio, and then it mooned. And then look, how much for the partnership really didn't really matter, did it, in the end? Because now you're right back at the same prices you were at in July. Trader's market, dude. Not, oh yeah, I'm gonna hold audio long term, dude. Great idea, man. You didn't make anything. I mean, maybe if you got in on the right shoulder or something. Yeah, you're still up barely after all that time. So if you can hold 133 to 139, you might be in really good shape for a reversal here. That's really nice. So it's trying to back test the spring. It's sprung, and now it's attempting to confirm what was once a support, what was once a resistance, support, resistance is support again. If this, and there you go, man. This one, just like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, all the others, right? Hidden bearish divergence on the 4-hour, implying continuation downward. It's happening right now. It's playing out. It's still below that 200 moving average. And there's still a lot of work to be done, right? Because what was the most recent event on audio? The lowest low of the entire correction. So hopefully here, where this hidden bearish divergence is ushering in continuation downward, we make a higher low. And then all of a sudden accumulation becomes a reality, a higher low, momentum shifts. And then you have huge upside potential that could take you to 191. So it's all about if we can hold this zone. It could go lower, go to 133, and still kind of technically be okay, because it's not just one point, it is multiple points. That's what the zone is. So what you like to see is either here it starts pivoting or it goes a little lower, and this is where we see that reversal occur. As we've seen in the past, just recent past, December, mid-December, similar stuff occurred. But this would be the second low, major on the daily, right? Visible, one low, the second low, spring back test, and then more significant reversal. Because market participants didn't really know on the first time, but the second time they should know. Now, this should be where it's done selling if we just get a successful spring back test. Yeah, audio is nice. Very interesting. You do not want to ignore this one. Pay attention to this, okay? Oh yeah, so we have Pal I. Thank you for joining the Patreon, man. Please be sure to sing the Patreon Discord. And then we have Woohaha, who became an annual patron. So thank you, Woohaha. That is incredible, man. That is the single-handed best way to support this entire community is by joining annually. Because there's going to be like a month or two where there's no opportunity, but there's opportunity to learn and invest in yourself. And then there's going to be, towards the end of those months, what I've learned is like when there's not that much opportunity, the opportunity starts developing. So if you're like, you leave the Patreon because the opportunity kind of dries up for longs and stuff, or you just don't like shorting, it is advantageous to stick around because guess what? At the end of that month that's not so good, or the beginning of the new month, oftentimes reversals occur. And it's normally when sentiment is at its crappiest point when those reversals all are identified. It's normally not when things are so effing good. It's a rare occurrence, but it does happen sometimes when it's like everything's so good, everyone's so happy and euphoric, and all this new opportunity happens. That's normally continuation trades. It's not the big reversal ones where you know, like the big percentage yield for your portfolio. Okay. Anyway, pay attention to audio, man. Could be up to something really good. All right. Let's go to Hex, which is next. Up 8%. Let's go. Let's never go. Patrons, you know you've been pinged. Everyone pinged on this structure. What a good beginning, man, of the potential inverse head and shoulders that has caught some really nice bids now. And this will probably go to 27.4 cents to test the neckline. 27 cents, okay? 27 cents is upon you. You're probably going for it eventually. And then you'll break it because it's Hex, long-term uptrend. And it's a bullish pattern, bullish reversal pattern in a bullish trend. So it's going to be reliable. And then it'll oftentimes outperform. We know if it breaks 27 cents, it's going to 34 cents again. Easy, right? Measured move. Yeah. Effing unreal. I mean, it's actually extremely real. And this is about investing yourself so you're able to identify these structures, right? I'll just show you. Like, this is the beginning. It hadn't even really started, okay? I mean, it's just started, kind of. Let me just show you here. You know, this is like, this was the 11th. This was 2 days ago. Patrons, it just said Hex, still here. Hex, potential structure, the same day but earlier. There it is. It's like, yeah. Okay, you're identifying potential structure at the lowest risk areas you could possibly imagine if you wanted to trade it. And the oscillators look great too. And just, here we go, the beginning. It has started, you know, and you got a little mini second low, a little hammer. Look at this little 4-hour hammer right here. Very cute hammer. The hammer and the upside. Beautiful. All right, Hex, there you go, man. Stupidly good. I love it, man. Whoever this composite operator is, you are painting the right pictures a lot. All the time, man. All the time. The double bottoms, the falling wedges, the bullish 5-0s that hit their PCZ and then reverse, the 3 rising valleys before moon, the double bottoms.
Traders, Ethereum Max seems to have upset lots of people. What is a better S coin for me to show on my Insta? I heard H-bar is new Jesus. Love you, bro. Cool face. Hey
up?
traders, Ethereum Max seems to have
Did you just
upset
double
lots
send
of
it? I think those are two
What is a
different
better
contributions,
coin
man.
for me to show on my Insta? I heard H bar is new Jesus. Love you, bro. Cool face.
Thanks for the 666. Why don't you just go ahead and start shilling Hex, but just shill its beautiful structure. Don't shill the project because they're all effed. It's go advocate for traditional technical analysis in a scammy 24/7 speculative momentum driven market. Okay. Chart of the day, maybe. Not really. What's the real chart of the day? Come on, chat. The chart of the day is Monero. Remember that time? It was Rajan Greg Papon's birthday. He requested Monero. It was the first request 2 days ago of the stream. We went to it. This is perfect. This is set up for higher prices. This is, if TA is respected, it goes to at least 215. It exceeded 215 because we talked about the bearish 5.0. It's gone up to the 618, one more fib node, and it also is testing a level of inflection, a very real one, where you go straight down, straight up, straight down, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up. This was great, man. I should just replay the analysis so you could see. It's just so real. The issue is, right, this one caught the bids, others didn't. Some that looked very similar to this, if not better, because they didn't actually lose 100% of their value, they only lost 88% of their value. They're down 10% or 8% or 6% today. They're not doing well like Monero did. So it's just, it reminds me of Chainlink, right? Where Chainlink, same thing. It was playing out, and all these other ones like XLM, they're not playing out. It's just like, it's really hard to know exactly which one's actually going to catch the bids. It is. But you can clearly see how it's about. It's not about being right or wrong. It's not about the one trade. It is about the many, and proper position sizing is very important too, because like you could have two trades that they never catch the bids, and then Bitcoin dumps and they fail, and then you could be on one like this Monero, have the same position size as the other two that failed, and this one plays out and it makes all that back and more, and then you're in the black or the green, whatever. Yeah, it seems like Kim Kardashian's getting sued. I think it's like a class action lawsuit by an attorney. Yeah, this is what happens when you have any sort of influence and you use it for evil to enrich yourself. Have I ever shilled an S coin in my life? God, no. Because I know the ramifications. Because I don't know if it's going to be a scam or not. Even if I know it's not a scam, I'm still not going to like endorse it. I've never endorsed anything in the crypto space. And never will probably. Except maybe Bitcoin. Just because there is no CEO or some guy who can rug. I mean, I guess he can, technically. But, whatever.
Shout out to my cousin Mo, who is just getting started in crypto and watching the stream for the first time. Get wrecked, boy.
What's up, Mo? Mo, don't think I'm talking about you when I say Momo. I mean, that means momentum. Slang. So, thanks, dude. Sorry you're entering the... I don't know. I mean, like, he's actually entering the market in terms of learning or paying attention at a decent time. You do not want to show up to the stream for the first time. It's just like a lot of people do when Bitcoin's at all-time highs. There's euphoria. There's hey songs being played. Chat's lit. Those are just not the... I mean, it would feel like it'd be the best time to show up, but it's certainly not. Like, these are the type of days you want for investing yourself, and that's what we put a lot of emphasis on. You investing yourself. You have a limited amount of time of the day, and I try to make it like where you have this little sliver of time if you are watching the stream where it's business, it's, you know, I mean, sometimes we do drinking streams and stuff. Sometimes it's become more and more rare too with the sentiment dying down, you know, so it's, you learn about this stuff, apply it, and you'll see, right? I mean, how many people have converted and understand and respect technical analysis now when they didn't before they watched the stream? So anyway, good to see you, Mo. Thanks, Egg. All right, next request was, this is the last request, right? What a day. Well, man, looks like a friggin' Christmas tree, doesn't it? Dang, what an interesting area. Here is your AMTX, AMTX. And yeah, certainly a shark nearing its pattern completion zone. I don't even worry about the 4 hours. Look at the daily or something. Daily, RSI, not really where I want to see it. But yeah, I mean, great potential pattern in development where you haven't even reacted yet. Not one reaction at the, not even tested the pattern completion zone officially. What have you tested? It seems like you were testing this wick high on the daily, the high back from January 2021, about a year ago, close to a year ago. Clearly see that it was tested on August 13th of this year. Anytime you break that level,
Shout out
really
from
crazy
Tyler,
things
bro.
can happen.
I'm always in this shit, no matter what. Ha 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 ha.
Thank you, Wood Division Chant, for the 10, dude. Oh, that's what I need to do. I need to start talking about farts again. Wake everyone up. Go crazy. Hey, you realize we had like above average likes by like 200 yesterday. All because of the farts. It wasn't even a real fart. It was just the announcement of if you hear something, it's not a fart. Crazy, man. Sorry, hold on. So, not quite where you want to be. At a critical level, there's just not enough argument yet. I don't know if you can really consider this that great on the outside. I get it. Like, yeah, it's diverging. But there's no follow through yet. There's been no move up. I mean, there was a bullish engulfing candle. There was certainly a bullish hammer. Kind of hammer. It's not like perfect or anything, but let's see if it holds. It's below 11. I don't think you want to be below $11. Keep your eye on it, but it still also never hit the 886. So I'm just saying, right, what you really would want to see is a reaction and then a reversal. And on the reversal low, we're looking for very strong divergence on both oscillators, preferably, if we're lucky. If that doesn't happen, then you could be on the way to the 113, which the 113 is certainly, you never want to see this because it is so low that it's broken all technical support and there is nothing here, man. All right, $5. If you break 877, you go into $5. Yeah, dude, most likely anyway. So yeah, the 886, that's all I can tell you is it's not actionable yet. And you haven't even technically tested the pattern completion zone. You're very close though, very close. Hold on a sec. Let's see what happens today. Let's tune that down a little bit. Oh, great. That was it. That was the last request of the stream. Let us just take a gander at the top performing asset today on the S&P 500, which was Biogen, up 5%. It's not very good, man, right? Not very good. Only up 5%. Normally you'll have an outlier that's up 10, 15%. So look where Biogen is. I mean, you know what's going on here. It's a range-bound asset at the bottom of the range again. I don't think you don't want to fall below this level. You're screwed. But just think about it. I mean, remember that time it pumped and went all the way up to 468. Now it's at 236. Really interesting levels on BIIB. Yeah, all it did though is, I mean, get pretty much fill in a gap. You get above 244, that's where magic could happen, right? You clearly need to test that. You'll probably test that this week or next week. If you fail, you're straight back down 222. If you break that, then you go into 292 most likely. So interesting. One bottom, maybe a second bottom in development now. hard to say. Kind of showing some bullish divergence down here at kind of your lowest point. I mean, I guess you can go to 206 June 2016, but clearly there's another level above you, and it's trying to hold it for a second time. So interesting on BIIB, right? And there goes my music, man. We got 5 minutes till your daily candle close. If you're enjoying the live stream, not the price, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Thanks for all the support, man. Over all these years, we are getting closer and closer to the 4-year anniversary of content creation for me. Certainly not this channel, but that was later. That was like 7 months later after I started. I was on other people's channels. What's going on, man? Why am I being so quiet? Okay, that was BIIB. And then
Magnificent stream, Mitch. Less than 3.
Is that a joint?
What's up, Igor? Thank you, man. Let's look at Kroger, defensive stock for sure. Hitting highest price since literally ever in human history. Kroger all-time highs. Ooh, it's loud. Sorry, I knew that was gonna do that. Yeah, all-time highs on the second top performer on the S&P 500 today. That's what happened. When tech gets wrecked, look at things like Kroger. There was that time, though. There was a time when the momentum was not good. It was making deep retraces. There's a bullish shark down here. I mean, look at it. You know, it starts getting busy. We had identified the inverse head and shoulders, so it was almost like redundant to also get the harmonic. But look, chat, again, once more, how many times do you have to see the 88% retrace on the 5th wave be the bottom before you start truly believing in this stuff, right? That ushered in the absolute reversal, where since that 88% retrace from the previous low was hit, how much has it appreciated in value to this date? To where it closed today, it's up 139%, but it took, unfortunately, like almost 3 years. Right, 908 days. Yikes. All right. Massive uptrend. It's beautiful, dude. And price discovery is upon you, I guess. I'd say that you're probably looking at fib extension from this previous high to low, and you're nearing that 1272 at 50. Yeah, $50 is going to be the target. And then, you know, maybe 1618 is 54. And, you know, if the way everything's going, this should continue. This is in a long-term uptrend now, man. It's been an uptrend for years. Though it's only up 100% in like 309 days, that means it's really been in an uptrend for 300 days, right? I guess you had to say, no, not yet. You had to establish some higher highs, higher lows. But look what happened. I mean, like the supply line from January 2016 and September 2018. Look what happened. Look at the price action correlation to that level. You cannot make this up, chat. This is very real. That old supply line became a demand line February 2020. Then the COVID crash happened, and this was groceries like Clorox. It's a defensive stock, so it did not get wrecked like the rest of the market. It was an anomaly, and it just made kind of the same low and just continued upward and sideways for a year, and then now it's continuing. Beautiful. Almost like a scuffed inverse head and shoulders right there. Very nice. Anyway, just looking at it. And then, hey, look at this, dude. Anyone remember this? American Airlines, third top gainer on the S&P today. Chat, this is divine. This could be potentially divine. Yeah, dang, man, this is the daily. All right. This is a bullish cipher pattern that hit its pattern completion zone. And look what it's doing now, okay? If American Airlines is above $19, there is, I think, a very good chance, I'm talking extremely good chance, that the same price action that happened above $19 will happen again, where you go straight up, you go straight down, you go straight up, you go straight down, you go straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. You will probably go straight up again, and the target would be like $25, $26.
Doge BTC on weekly. Check MACD bullish division. Thanks, Mitch.
Bullish division. What's that, dude? Thanks. So supply line, you're going to test that. Break that. It's some sort of jumping across the creek stuff. You got to really like this, where he fell below it, but then you, one time, no one knows, look, you test it, you fail again, right? Or what was once support becomes resistance, and then the sell-off, and you think, oh, you're screwed. But then you confirm the bottom's in, and then you've rallied, and now you're at very low risk areas for a long. And all you have to do is have a stop loss below like kind of $18, around $18 in these little wicks here, and you could have tremendous upside on this. American Airlines is in really, really good shape, and we know this because all we have to do is look left. Look at that low from 2005. Look at this, the peak from 2013 a couple times. All right, look at also the peak from December 2020. Look at the valley, and now you're above it. So American Airlines could have a lot of upside on it. And what is that, chat? I mean, you tell me what is kind of trying to develop here on American Airlines. It's just a structure. It's got the touches you need to. It's got 5 touches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touches. Hey, remember the spring backtest of spring stuff I was talking about, right on down sloping demand lines? You can get those. This happened. So let us see. If you fall below that $18 area, you know, that stop area, you could always run the risk of doing a full reset down here. You know, an X, an A, a B, a C, and a D. But I don't think that's the case right now. I think that's already happened. Okay, so American Airlines, long opportunity. It's very real here. It seemed like it was going to be a good long opportunity in November, and look what just happened, to gap down, and just what a joke, you know. But now it's like opportunity is brimming again on AAL, a very critical level. All right, anyway, sorry. Dude, no one's requesting anything, so it's like I'm just looking at charts. Okay, gainers. New day has been born on Bitcoin. It wasn't really good. It was bad. It was like bearish and golden candle. Great. Go back to Bitcoin because it's the new day. Immediate selling after the bearish and golden candle was confirmed. Pathetic. I mean, it's just like, this is, oh, hey, really? This is like bearish trend price action. You know, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, still need more evidence. We never said that the midterm downtrend has reversed. All we've said is the only way for the midterm downtrend to reverse to the, you know, to become bullish again is it has to recapture previous discernible swing highs. That's just trend analysis 101. 51 to 53K is that area, okay? And you're not even close, man. It's actually kind of pathetic. I mean, that just happened? It's so bad. Like, bears just still in such full control of this market. They just push it down like that after it's done nothing, and it's like, oh, 4-hour bearish divergence just shows up and it plays out. At least on Ethereum. I don't know. Yeah, Bitcoin too. Like the higher high. Yeah. So hopefully it can hold above maybe this December 4th low. If it doesn't, it's going down to the next levels and, you know, whatever at that point. Cool, dude. Crypto riveting right now. What a time to be in crypto, man. Is that good, Brad? Is that a good words per minute? I don't even remember. Mavis Beacon Connect. I remember taking a bunch of CS classes in high school and college, though. That helped. Instead of, in lieu of a foreign language, which CS is a foreign language, right? I wish they would do like, hey, that was our school thing. It's like you either take a foreign language or computer science. So foreign language, computer science, or traditional technical analysis. Boom. Right? How good would that be? That'd be amazing. Hearts and minds. Yep, it is Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday, dude. So it's a Patreon hangout night tonight. For sure. So if you're a patron, we'll be in the voice chat in like 3.5 hours. Yeah, like 3.5 hours. Just something we do. Learning TA at school. I don't even know. Would it be epic? I don't know. This is like, I kind of like it the way it is right now. I don't know. It's so weird. It's like, it's an art / inexact science that can change your life and give you financial independence. That doesn't correlate. That does not compute with what like the education system is now. The education system is now wanting you to be dependent on someone else. It doesn't revere or exalt entrepreneurship and self-sufficiency. It's not about that. It's about 9 to 5, retire at 65. That's all it is. Conform. Don't do something different. That is what we're dealing with now. So it'll probably never happen. Good. Scott Carney and me will lead the charge on e-learning. Okay. Yeah, you have to want to learn to be good at it. Yep, you have to have a passion. But that's kind of true for anything in life, man. Like, you can put a lot of time and effort into something, but I don't unless you have to have God-given talent, I don't think you're going to be able to compete against the person that also puts in the time, the effort, and has the passion behind those things, right? So say, like, you got to have both, but if you don't have the passion, you are just probably not going to go far in whatever field you're going into. And I don't think you want to, right? If you figure out, hey, I'm into this thing, I don't really like it, I don't have a passion for it, then find the thing that gives you the passion, right? Where the passion comes out of you and it's like a fire, right? Just you got to find that if you don't have it in life. And just for me, I don't know why or how, but this was it for me. Okay, I think someone requested like Doge or something. Doge to BTC, not even US dollar, okay? Can't imagine this chart really looks good. Well, well, recently, of course, yeah, duh. It's been a while since I've been to this chart, man. You'll see real quick. MACD. Hidden or classic bullish divergence. I still have this here because this is just, it's been so long. That Gartley, the Gartley in the pattern completion zone, I guess, was just Wyckoff accumulation, and then when it broke 121, holy crap, it was gone. It was the Elon time, the era. But now, yeah, it's been bleeding out, and it's finally not. I mean, it's really not giving any indication that the trend has reversed yet. But yes, the selling has stalled for now. Yes. You didn't even go and test that 260 from January of last year. Okay. What did you do? Is there anything that it tested? Not really. Just gonna go the daily on this, maybe. Right, like it's cool and all that it rallied here, but you get like it's not going to begin reversing its trend until I think it probably gets above this this little zone right here, this low 480 October peak, and another October peak. That's when things start getting really interesting on this asset. Okay, like if you ever get above 497, I think the trend could be reversing. Interesting. Look at this chat. Oops. Look at that. What is that there? That is a bullish crab pattern that hit its pattern completion zone, reacted, and that's it so far. It's the crab pattern. Yeah, crab. So yeah, I would think if this is gonna hold up, it could very well go to 480-500 again, and that's your next level. But the trend is not bullish yet. You are in a downtrend for now. You're in a midterm downtrend, though. Yes, you've reacted at a 1618 fib extension from August 8th low to that major August 14th high, and could just be temporary, right? When it rallied here, what did it do? It just ended up making a lower high than previous high, and then dumping again to the lower low. And same thing, it could run up, make a lower high than previous high, and then dump again to the lower low, and maybe eventually see 260. So yeah, it's cool and all, and it's, I guess, at lower risk because of the harmonic completion zone, but that's it. A lot of work, stupid amount of work to be done, just like Bitcoin. You want Bitcoin to reverse your trend overall, talking midterm. You want the long-term uptrend to resume, and you want the midterm reversal to occur. You're going to break $50,000 to $53,000 resoundingly, like there's no question. That's so much work to be done. 8,000? No, it's really like $10,000 plus away. Anyway, so that was the last request. I've been live for an hour and 6 minutes. If you're enjoying it, hit that like button above the sub. Thanks for being here. Chat dead as ever. What's up, Meth666, dudes? Full moon on Monday. So we got 1 week. No, I'm sorry. Not 1 week. I was looking at the time. Crazy, dude. So that's on Monday. We got a full moon. What kind of moon is it? They all have names, right? So we can meme about the moon. The moon will be what's it called? It doesn't even, it normally just says it on Google. Anyone know? Internet's not telling me what I want to know. Okay, just generic A moon. It's like RC Cola moon, right? Not gonna be a very good moon if it doesn't have a name, right? Like you have like the harvest moon, you have the worm moon, you have the bull moon. I don't think you have a bear moon. The cold moon. Then we had a full moon in December was the cold moon. Great value moon. Sure, dude. There you go. What are the Fruit Loops with the monkey that are generic at the bottom of the supermarket aisles? They look like Fruit Loops, but they're not. It's that's what the moon is.
I've had a passion for making profits.
McDowell's moon, Brett. You have a passion for making profits. Like, oh, that's a great passion to have, man. That's great, man. A lot of times people, I guess, figure it out. Wow, this stuff can be reliable if you do the right things. And yeah, you like making money. But it's also like a game too. It's like an art. It's like a science, an exact science, right? It's like meteorology. But it's also like your Van Gogh, right? Like you use your eyeballs, your experience, right? To identify stuff like this. Oh, here it is. Structure we've seen a million times. Bull moon. Yeah, sure thing, Nawab, man. I don't believe you. Someone said, according to Google, it was the wolf moon. Is that real? What's up, Hus, dude? I'm feeling better. Certainly better. I think like tomorrow's like the last day of my quarantine. So I got that going for me, which is nice. Link though, Chainlink was the request, man. Unfortunately, you got some of that hidden bearish divergence going on the daily. Yeah, the higher high. I don't know. It's not really. This is not really double topping on the MACD histogram. Isn't really what you want to see. Extended amount of time in positive. December 15th. Yeah, and that was when you saw your last level of negative momentum. So it's been about a month now. Bearish engulfing candle confirmed on the daily. And now testing that 200-day simple moving average again on the new day, as you can see clearly. I don't want you to see follow-through price action, but that's not about what I want. I'm identifying a reversal. Someone would say this is not a bearish engulfing candle because there's not a wick. When it's like, no, it's even stronger, I think. If you're talking about the psychology of buyers and sellers, wouldn't you think it'd be a stronger bearish engulfing candle if there was no wick because it was just immediately on the new day dump and never even rallied any? Yeah, that's my opinion. So if you get, we will find out today. You get some follow price action to make a lower low than previous low, then it's confirmed bearish engulfing. But still, at the same time, it doesn't matter. You could sell off one more time. Do it one more time, chat, and you give me another higher low, and then you give me a potential through rising valley, and then moon. Okay, give me one more. I don't care. You're not taking this away. I'm not selling. Okay, this is too good. And Composite Man showed his hand already. It's outperformer. It's good. It's just Bitcoin's just playing like crap because it's trying to find itself. You're trying to eventually, we got to make a higher low than 40K, preferably 42K. And then all of a sudden there's going to be like confirmation of accumulation again. Wolf eats bears better than bulls. Battlestar Galactica. Yes. It's a lot of bees, man. Okay, so I guess we're coming to the consensus. It is the Wolf Moon, not the tepid off-brand, great value McDowell's brand moon. Okay. Did I just hear something? Something just happened, and I don't know what it was. That was weird. So anyway, Abby, you're solid. I mean, RSI is solid anyway, neutral, and fine. Give me more pullbacks, and then you reaccumulate. Add to your position. Entry was like around $20. You sell it one more time. Give me another higher low on the daily that's discernible. I'm gonna add to it. And let me show you an example of harmonic that shows what I just talked about. And I know you have to go to a loser. It wasn't a loser so much back then though. So I think you had to go to the 4 hour, unfortunately, to see it. But it also was an inverse head and shoulders too. It was weird, okay? It was a inverse head and shoulders. Where are we? Sorry, whacked out. So right here on Litecoin, very similar context, right? The drawdown, the sideways, then the M shape, and then look, okay? You got one low at the PCZ, then you had your second low, and then the third low, man, right? 1, 2, 3. Give me one more. Give me one more low on Link. I don't care. So yeah, give me one more low so I can add to it. And then what happens after the third valley at or above the PCZ? Bye. See you at unbelievable prices. But remember, kind of interesting, the similarities in market sentiment September of 2020 and now, with very similar structures developing. Yep. This one wasn't even as large as all these other ones developing. This one was like only 88 days, where we know Litecoins is like 170, 200 days large. Much double the size in time than this one. So that means it potentially far more significant. Okay. Get what I'm saying? Yeah, now don't worry about it, dude. It's trash. It's better assets out there. Like Litecoin is, I don't care what it does, dude. There are just better assets based on technicals, okay? Way better. This is a loser right now, and you don't really, like, who cares if it goes up? It's just going to go up because everything else, Bitcoin went up, so it goes up. That's it. It's not doing anything different than Bitcoin. It's worse than Bitcoin. And then you go to Chainlink, and you see Chainlink's better than Bitcoin right now, man. Better than Bitcoin. Oh, this played out, chat, on the 4 hour. Let's go. Right? It finally played out, okay? So I had posted patrons a couple days ago when I first identified this. And I just pinged yesterday too, right? Yeah, at here. And it was just like, let's see. could have sworn I did. Oh, maybe I posted on the Patreon site. Maybe? Nah. It's let me jump to that. Let's see what it said. Oh, I was posting in this normal general chat. Okay. Oh, here it is. Yeah, on the 11th. Yeah, right here. It's like, Link, reversing soon for a pullback? Yeah. Definitely potentially, right? And here we are, a couple dollars lower, and maybe hidden divergence could be developing soon on it. I think it's just gonna outperform or underperform. The bearish pattern in this bullish trend is gonna underperform. It's gonna pivot, making a higher low than the previous low, and it's gonna run again and eventually see $34, $36. Yeah. So whatever. It happens, Larry. Look how pathetic it's been so far. That's pathetic. I mean, that's the breakout, the breakdown, chat. Oh, it's so violent. Oh, wait, it's kind of half a joke right now. Charts only session, Matt. Yeah, dude. Super serious.
Good dogs. Love you, man.
What's up, Coach O, man? That's weird that Coach O would say go dogs. Right? I don't think he has a job yet. I wouldn't have a job yet if I was just given $14 million to fail. Even though, yeah, he won a title with Burrow. Yes, he did that. Certainly. Not taking that away. But after Burrow left, wow. Implosion and gone, and handed a crap load of money, which I think is really kind of messed up the sport a lot. You know, it's like, get all these people get these extensions after they do well, and then the next year they capitulate, they fall apart, and then they get all that money for failing. Weird. Didn't used to be like that, right? It used to be like you're fighting for your life. And then you end up like paying like the school university keeps paying off coaches for like 10 years. They did that with like Auburn with Chiswick. It took like 7 years or something for them to finally pay off that whole buyout. Crazy. Anyway, sorry, I'm not talking about football and stuff. Tesh, I have no idea, dude. I don't. Maybe when we start reversing in the midterm, we'll talk about that again. There's just no point. It's stupid right now. Oh man, you want to talk about something that's incredible right now? ICX chat. Just here. Look, it doesn't get too much better than this. Maybe get a little bit better, but not really, man. Okay, you're talking about an asset that is at this historical level. This is a trade setup, all right? An active trade setup that hadn't really gone anywhere yet. Okay, that's what happens when Bitcoin doesn't do anything. But just hear me out here. We know all about $1. When you're above $1, historically, you go to $2. $1.92 to $2. Okay, well, the asset, that trade setup played out, and it topped out and is dumped. It hit 2 of the 3 targets of the trade setup. The third one happened to be, yeah, 290. It got to 274. Dang, right? But now, where is it? It's back at that same level. And remember, back in June and July, it fell below that critical effing level. One of the most important inflection points in this entire chart is $1. Okay, well, look what's happening now. ICX is not even losing 88% of its value, only 78% of its value. I mean, a little bit lower, I guess, in the lower low. That's fine, though. Look at this classic bullish divergence on both oscillators. It's beautiful. All right, so sellers are exhausted at the most important inflection point on the entire chart, pretty much. One low, type 1 return, maybe your type 2 return. Until you fall below, I think, 89 cents, this thing's valid. And if the TA is respected off of all this, all these variables, I think you do this next. I think you go to $2 again. An uptrend, man. Uptrend. Long-term uptrend. Higher lows. You keep showing accumulation. Unlike many others. Many others not doing that at all, man. They're not making higher lows, making the same lows or lower lows. The lowest levels you had seen since December or of 2020, early January. This one's not doing that. This is in a different category. It's nice. Nice. Trade setup. But you get the argument, right? I mean, it's not about being right or wrong. It's just about the argument. And it's a pretty decent argument. That, like, how do you pick apart that argument, right? If you're a prosecutor and I'm like a defense attorney, I'm defending like why it's a good setup. Go ahead and tell me why it's not. Why it's not a low risk, potential high reward entry price, entry level, right? Well, I can only, like, you know, if there's no demand for this stuff right now, then okay. So I'm just gonna, you know, leave y'all to it. Hope you had a good day. Thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. So showing positive momentum off the divergence again today. If you just don't get bearish price action, this will start building. But it's tough when there was a bearish engulfing candle just confirmed. But you're still above all the critical levels for now, all of them that you need to be above. All right. Till next time, respect the T. A.